Welcome back. Yes, Kavita ji, want to say?
Yeah, sir. I have two questions. One is like just earlier the discussion about affirmations and the fear perspective, saying affirmations and all that will give health and all that stuff. So on the same lines, now there are a lot of people talking about quantum physics and epigenetics and all that. Through that, they are like you can heal and all that stuff. So what do you have to say about it?
I don't know, ma'am. Quantum physics, I don't know. So
Okay, and the second one is like
no, I
a lot
definitely, yeah, I definitely like to inquire with you on this. That what do you mean by healing at the first place?
like they say that your thoughts.
Relief from a symptom, is it healing? Because these all are around the relief from a symptom.
Yeah,
is it healing?
yeah, you're correct. It is relief from the symptoms so that you don't have symptoms, because
Right.
onset of symptoms itself is the definition of disease in the medical terms, right?
Yeah, there is a request actually, if you can switch on your video. So all the participants are now, 2 sessions are left. If you guys can switch on your camera, that would be really appreciable. Whoever can do it. Yeah, if possible. Yeah, you're saying something, please go ahead.
Yeah, that was one. And the second one was like, now a lot of people are telling that your thoughts and emotions are the cause of the ailments. So,
because of the ailments.
Yeah, or the
Okay.
diseases or whatever ailments. It is a suppression of emotions which leads to that. But in terms of nature cure and whatever discussions that we are having, it is toxins that are there, which is
No, but the innervation is the
No.
primary premise of toxemia, is the innervation, and innervation is definitely linked to the emotions. That's what we are exploring since yesterday, that the innervation is basically the impact of emotions. The energy depletion is primarily attributed towards the emotion. That's what we're trying to understand. Any thought or any reflection?
Can you say that energy depletion is happening whenever the emotion is coming from the P3, the perception. The emotion itself is necessary to run the life in the natural order. It is
No, here the emotion we are in that agreements, I think already, that the emotions are termed as P3 P2 loops.
Okay, yeah.
Anju ji, you want to share some thoughts?
मैं ये कहना चाहती हूँ, जैसे वो नंदिनी जी का केस था ना, जैसे बीपी हाई हुआ सपोज,
हाँ जी।
तो जैसे नेचुरली शायद हमें, मतलब वो एक बात है, जैसे सपोज हमारे किसी के साथ भी कुछ होता है, तो बस उस चीज को देखो, उसको क्योर करो और कुछ भी मत सोचो।
क्योर करो क्यों?
अच्छा,
यही तो क्वेश्चन करेक्ट। क्योर,
अच्छा
नहीं,
मतलब टेक केयर ऑफ इट,
डोंट टेक इट एज अ प्रेस्क्रिप्शन, बट आई एम जस्ट आस्किंग, क्योर करने के लिए बॉडी में कुछ हो रहा है या मुझे बाहर से कुछ करना पड़ेगा? यही क्वेश्चन है। प्रीमाइज वही है। जो डिजीज को हम समझने की कोशिश कर रहे हैं, जो डिजीज इज अ प्रोसेस ऑफ हीलिंग। डिजीज को अलग से ट्रीटमेंट हम जो करने की तवज्जो उठाते हैं, वो किस लिए, इसको क्वेश्चन कर रही है। चाहिए या नहीं चाहिए, उस मोमेंट में मैं क्या करूं, अंजू क्या करे, कल्याण क्या करे, ये मुद्दा नहीं है। मुद्दा है डिजीज क्या है, और डिजीज अगर प्रोसेस ऑफ हीलिंग है, तो फिर ये जो सारा अलग से इंटरवेंशन हम करते हैं, वो करने का प्रीमाइस क्या है, फिर वो क्या दिख रहा है। ये कोई डॉक्टरी कंस्पिरेसी नहीं है, ये हमारा सोच है, जिसके वजह से हम ट्रीटमेंट के पीछे दौड़ते हैं। हम फ्रूट भी खा रहे हैं ट्रीटमेंट समझ के, जिस शरीर को ठीक करना है उस
लेकिन
वजह से फ्रूट खाते हैं। चलो
कल्याण भाई साहब, एक बात है ना कि अगर फ्रूट चेंज ना करें और बीपी को बढ़ने दिया जाए तो फिर तो कुछ ऑर्गन फेलियर हो जाएगा
नहीं,
हमारा।
आप फ्रूट चेंज क्यों नहीं कर रहे हो? फ्रूट अब
नहीं, जब हमें पता ही
आप
नहीं था,
अननेचुरल फूड खा क्यों रहे हो, इसको हम देख पा रहे हैं क्या? हम अननेचुरल फूड
जैसे
खा क्यों रहे हैं?
पर
क्या
पहले तो
क्या
हमें पता
कमी
ही
है
नहीं
अभी?
था ना।
अभी क्या कमी है
पहले
अभी?
तो
पहले
पता ही
क्या है?
नहीं।
आप आज के डेट में आपको क्या कमी है? आपको फल की कमी है क्या चारों तरफ, जिसके वजह से आपको
बहुत
अनाज
चीज।
खाना पड़ रहा है? बताओ, आप सच्चाई को देखो ना।
नहीं
आप
नहीं,
किसी और को क्या ब्लेम करोगे? क्या ट्रेडिशन को, क्या इवोल्यूशन को क्या ब्लेम करोगे? आप खुद ही फंसे हुए हो खुद के सोच में, ये आपको नहीं दिख रहा है। फिर फिर और क्या करें? हम खुद को नहीं देख पा रहे हैं। जो खुद का मैं कुल्हाड़ी में जो कुल्हाड़ी जो पैर में दे रहा हूं, वही तो कहते हैं ना, पैर में कुल्हाड़ी देना। ये तो खुद दे रहे हैं ना हम,
मारना।
मारना सर।
मारना। तो कुल्हाड़ी खुद ही मार रहे हैं पैर में, वो हमें दिख नहीं रहा है। बाकी सारे जमाने के नुक्स निकालने पे हम पड़े हुए हैं, और मैं फंसा हुआ हूं। मेरा लालच मैं क्रिएट कर रहा हूं, सारे कुछ प्रबंधन मेरे सामने है। अभी कोई स्केर्सिटी नहीं चल रहा है, कोई जातिवाद नहीं चल रहा है जो ब्राह्मण के लिए फल है आपके लिए नहीं है, ऐसा कुछ है ही नहीं। हर एक कॉर्नर में आपको रेड़ी दिख जाएगा फल फल से लदा हुआ। फिर आप क्यों बर्गर खा रहे हो?
सर क्रेविंग है ना, इम्प्रेशन है वो सब खाने पीने का।
हाँ, तो वो उसका रीजन क्या है? वो उसका रीजन क्या है? उसका रीजन मेरा खुद का बनाया हुआ सोच है। कोई बाहर का कोई बंदा नहीं है जो मेरे लिए वो कर रहा है। कोई कॉन्स्पिरेसी नहीं है। ये देखते हैं ना
सर
थोड़ा।
वो बात बोलनी थी।
हाँ मीनू,
मैं ये कह रही थी कि
मीनू थोड़ा हंस के बोलो ना प्लीज। इतना इतना डरावना
हाँ
लग रहा ना, गंभीर चेहरा।
ये जो
ये डर
हम
क्या है?
सोच लेते हैं कि अगर हम फ्रूट्स ही खा रहे हैं, सपोज ये सारा समझ के अब हम फ्रूट्स खाना स्टार्ट कर दिए हैं और एक डिसीजन ले लिए हैं फ्रूट्स खाने का, एंड हम ये सोचने लगते हैं कि अगर हम कुछ और खाते हैं तो हम समझे नहीं है। Whereas what we are
खुद के
talking
बारे में,
about as
खुद के बारे
inquiring,
में, खुद के बारे में।
yeah,
हाँ जी, हाँ जी।
so what we are talking about as inquiring is not about the eventual action that happens, whether you are eating the fruit or not eating the fruit, whether the source of the food is being questioned, or not only the food but whatever is happening.
The eating to begin with, whether
Yeah,
we are
the
eating with hunger or not.
Yeah, firstly, and so the importance actually is not about not of the eating of the fruit. The importance is of the process of how that you have selected to eat that fruit.
Selected. Yes.
I can't understand. Have you understood what I'm saying, sir?
Somewhat it is comprehensible. I don't know. अंजू जी कुछ बता पाएंगी? मीनू क्या बता रही है?
मतलब माइंडसेट क्या है उस चीज को सिलेक्ट करने के पीछे, कुछ ऐसी बात कही मीनू जी आपने।
यस यस यस, मुझे भी वही लग रहा है कि शी इज टॉकिंग अबाउट द माइंडसेट, द प्रीमाइज, द वेरी प्रीमाइज ऑफ द पिकिंग अप।
मेरे साथ सिचुएशन क्या आया जिसके कारण हम वो खाने लग गए? मतलब क्या चीज के कारण हमें सेलेक्ट किया गया? लाइक बीमारी के कारण,
हाँ।
या कोई थॉट के कारण, या कोई चीज के कारण?
कारण से ज्यादा किस माइंडसेट।
मेरा एक्चुअल फूड फ्रूट ही है और इसीलिए मैं अभी ये नेचुरली पैलेटेबल यही है और यही इसीलिए मैं खा रही हूँ, नंबर 1. So there could be 4 or 5 scenarios in which all the 5 people are probably eating fruits, but with different mindset, in the sense that
So at the P1
one
level, all are eating fruits, but P2
Yeah.
level and P3 level, what is the processing? That may differ person to person, and that becomes the crucial in terms of the energy depletion.
Yeah, that's what I'm saying. And so just looking at someone eating fruits, that means he has understood everything and all that. Like, that cannot be like, the action, whatever is happening, cannot be like, we cannot judge with the action. And
Yeah.
whether it is for ourselves or for someone else, so it's anyway
Right.
not possible. But for ourselves also, like, we cannot judge ourselves with the action.
Yes. Shreya, you want to share some reflection? Then we'll go into this.
Yeah, you can complete hers first. I have something different, so I can share it.
Yeah. It's
I
complete.
wanted to ask, sir. I wanted to ask.
Yes.
So now we have understood that natural food is the our food, okay. But in our family, okay, they don't know, and we have to cook food for them. And when we are cooking, especially for ladies, it is very difficult because we smell that, and we get tempted. So how to deal with that? And sometimes once we become a fruitarian, we cannot eat anything else. I mean, we can't go back. I have observed that because I did 21-day fruit diet, and the 22nd day, like it actually I wanted to continue, but I couldn't continue because of some family outing, and we are a social people, and we have to be with people and relatives. Otherwise you will be you will be isolated. I will be isolated, I feel that. And so we are so that 22nd day I had a normal cooked food, and after that I had a very terrible experience of eating normal food. So after that, again I had to do fasting for 3 days, and then slowly, like little by little, I started like the way they give cocaine, slowly, like that. I started salt because the salt had become very like body was not accepting the salt. So whenever I used to eat cooked food, I used to crave for the sweet. Because I was so addicted to the fruits, I used to crave for fruits. So this was my journey and my experience of being on a fruit diet. So, and like whenever see we I'm in the other's family, like I'm a daughter-in-law of somebody. I'm not a daughter. So you will not get that support the way the daughter gets. Okay. So daughter-in-laws, we have to adjust with everything. And if we are not being like them, so that also again affects our mental health.
Yeah, ma'am, we have little paucity of time perhaps, but can you come to the point or a little briefly?
I completed.
Yeah.
I completed my
Yeah.
question.
So your question is that how to deal with the situation where you have to cook for others.
Yes, and also socializing, because we are a social animal. We can't live like monkeys, right?
Yes. And Shalini, you want to say something, ma'am?
I wanted to share my journey so that if anyone can get some help from what I've been.
Your voice is little patchy. Can you adjust your mic?
Yeah, give me a minute. I'll just get back and switching on. I'm like it's on Bluetooth, so I'll get back. I mean, once I'm ready.
Okay. Right. So meanwhile, we can share some reflection on this. I think in the morning session, while concluding, Atanu also raised this question, right, Atanu? If I remember correctly, that should we go unsocial?
Yeah.
Yes. So now the aspect that we are discussing here, the very attachment, the stickiness, that aspect is very personal. Whether, as Minu was proposing, that there could be 5 people eating fruits, but the dispositions could be something different disposition. One is taking this as a prescription, another is achievement of a better health, maybe one is trying to get muscles also by increasing the fruit and all those stuff. The dispositions could be different, and these dispositions cannot be accessed by anyone. So it is merely an assumption that we have to be unsocial to think clearly, see clearly, operate clearly. This is an assumption, because how you are operating inside, that's very personal of you, and nobody can access it. It is not a condition to operate with certain sensation in a social environment, because the expectation or the condition, sometimes the protocols are at the P1 level. Even if I am doing something at the P1 level, I may not be sticking to it internally, sensation wise, at the psychological space. So this is our another limitation, considering that we have to be unsocial. We cannot mingle up with the society if we have a clarity of thoughts. See the pathetic conditioning that we are subject to, that we are saying we are putting another condition onto ourselves to become social.
We are social.
We are social, and there is no condition needed to remain social. This is our assumption. Sensation-wise, there is no condition needed. There could be some protocols of different society according to the scenarios, like to stay in India, you have to be Indian, all those kind of P1 level protocols. Now, P1 level protocols doesn't make any mandate on the P2 through the route of P3 with any consideration. This is your picking up. This you would pick up, considering that I'll not be able to sustain. Are you able to comprehend this?
Actually, what happens, like we will go out of control when we are when we are with
that limitation is not in the society, not in the circle where we are. It's actually in us, that if I am preparing, because I'm not able to see it, I'm in denial. I'm creating that space for myself.
We are actually having this, the excuse that if we don't do this, we will be termed as antisocial. Now, हमारा जो attraction है towards food, because of which हम उसको खा रहे हैं, उसको हम देख नहीं रहे हैं, किसी और चीज को कारण बना के और हम खाना start कर. Is that what you're saying?
No,
sir?
not only about others, it is about ourselves also. Like we will go out of control. We feel like eating because we have so much of deep memory of the food we have been eating.
These are the justifications that you are bringing, ma'am. When we will go through these recordings, in the previous recording also, the session 6 of yesterday, I would request you to go through that. You'll find the spells of justifications. We justify it, that our limitations are being justified as this is justified, and so maybe, this limitation will continue.
Maybe eating fruit is also justified.
Fruit is
also justified.
Yes. If it is coming as a prescription, then it is a kind of obsession.
Yes, but
Can
we
I
are
look at
eating-
my food?
we ate fruits on the prescription itself, because of the
So
prescription itself, because we were eating normal food.
that's the primary, the premise itself under condition. Then you have started with a misunderstanding. And who has
That is what
started?
we
And
were
who has
told. That
started?
is what we were told. That
You
is
cannot
what we were
blame
told.
someone. You cannot blame
Not
someone.
blaming.
You have picked
Not
up.
blaming. Not blaming, sir.
You will be told lot many things, ma'am. How you are processing and how you are imbibing it, that's absolutely up to you.
See, nobody will see here. Nobody has started eating by themselves. Okay, everybody has started on the prescription.
I have a
only.
proposal. I have a proposal. Can
Yes,
you
Nandini.
please speak in first person? Because when you speak in third person, like nobody else has done it, or they have done it, or we are all doing this, this is generalization. I think it will help if you speak in first person to own this. This is just a proposal. I have found that it's very useful for me when I say that I did this rather than we, because who is we? It's you. You're talking about yourself. So speak. I would request you to speak in first person. It might help.
Because see, initially when the movement started, the fruit diet movement started, we actually thought that this will reverse.
Not we, I. You thought. I thought, try that for a change.
Could you comprehend,
Okay.
Shruti ma'am?
Nothing. Thank you so much.
Yeah. So that aspect is very important. What Nandini was bringing on the table, that if I see my own limitation myself, then perhaps it can be dropped. That's a simple aspect that we are trying to explore.
But I think I don't want to.
Then
I think
you don't want to drop your
I don't want to
limitation.
I don't want to be like a fruitarian. Maybe that's the reason
First of all, Shruti ma'am, this is not a session to on the fruitarian. First of all, this premise needs to be understood. This is not a fruitarian session or workshop. We are not discussing about fruitarianism. Are we? By any chance, anyone is having this impression?
No, sir.
I think we're just using it as an example.
Yes. Eating
But this
fruit
workshop
is one of
is
the
more
example.
about inquiry
Conditioning.
and understanding what it is
About
to
the
naturally inquire.
Yes,
That's what I
there
understand.
could be some impression with Shruti ma'am as if it is a fruit promotion kind of thing. Maybe. I don't know. Anyway, let's proceed a bit.
Okay.
Let's proceed a bit. Right? We have just 1.5, not even 1.5 sessions.
We were
So-
proceeding anyways.
Yes, please proceed.
Yeah. Shalini, you want to say something just in a minute? Shalini ma'am, you unmuted? Okay, you are not audible. Anyway, whatever the audio arrangement, you can just recheck and come back. Thank you. So we were trying to understand the inquiring of sensation. Inquiring of sensation. Now here, the inquiry gets suppressed under the influences of negative ideas and positive ideas both, so-called positive ideas. So now next we'll just try and understand a table. And those who have some understanding of Nature Cure, they can correlate these proposals because we'll be picking up the factors proposed by Nature Cure for the modification of vitality conservation. The factors which are usually proposed under the Nature Cure concepts for the vitality conservation. So we'll look under the lenses of inquiry and see what comes up. Let's see what comes up. So now see, conservation is a effortless neutral state. Conservation is an effortless neutral state. It could be negatively conditioned. It could be positively conditioned. Now, under each factor, we'll be bringing up two examples of one of negative conditioning and other of positive conditioning. One is of negative conditioning, other is of positive conditioning. Let's try and explore. Now, the first four factors are on the slide: radiation, air, water, solid food. So for all the organisms, be it autotrophic or heterotrophic, the first three inputs are very much needed. Now, autotrophic organisms are the organisms, those who can prepare food within themselves. They need not to take extra food. Heterotrophs like us do have that requirement of extra food alongside the radiation, air, and water. Right? Now, let's pick up the radiation and air to begin with, so that we can understand the scenarios that we are trying to explore. Natural state of being. A natural state of being for all the organisms are in the open space primarily. In the open space where there is no scarcity of radiation and air. That's a natural state of being. So, use of open space and shades, depending upon our responses on the skin. Suppose the sun is too bright and we are in open space, then the skin will start irritating. So radiation means the subtle inputs that we get in open space. In this particular galaxy, the primary radiation is the sunlight. In this galaxy, the primary radiation is sunlight. So instead of sunlight, we are using the term radiation as a general term. Right? It's basically we are talking about the sunlight. So sunlight and air you can consider. So use of open space and shades are as indicated by the body is a natural state of being, where there is no planning needed. We are mostly in the open space. Whenever it is irritating the skin, we go under the shade. We may go in a cave or under the tree, and all those things is a natural state of being. Now, what has happened to us? Let's try and understand the conditioning, the ideated conditioning rather. So use of confined, unventilated space, that has become a habit, that has become an inculcation in this on the name of civilization. We are always surrounded with the walls and the roof. So the open space stay is compromised. The natural state of being, which was structured and designed to stay open, now it is confined. Do we see that? Do we see that? Or we are in denial under some justification, under some pride of civilization or whatsoever, that this is an achievement. Actually, in the bargain, we are compromising ourselves from the radiation and air. In the bargain, we are actually compromising if we are obsessed about this particular achievement, so-called, of human being, to invent houses and to get confined, to remain confined within the houses. We actually, in this bargain, we deprive ourselves from the radiation and air. Can we see that? This is one aspect. This is that so-called negative aspect of conditioning. Now, there is another aspect of the positive conditioning, so-called. Suppose we become aware of it. Now we are actually enforcing an open space stay. So we start ignoring the skin irritation but we will be having an extended stay under the sun in the midday. This is an obsessed state. So this is so-called positive modification that we sometimes bring. So that also could be observed. What could be a natural state of being that could be understood in this exploration. Now coming to the water. The water actually is thirst-driven aspect, like the food was the hunger-driven aspect. Similarly, water is a thirst-driven aspect, and the liquid that we consume as water is tasteless, basically. It is basically a tasteless liquid. Now, the conditioning could come in form of drinking without thirst, enhancing the taste of water. The kind of sharbat or soft drinks, these cultures has occurred. There's no thirst, but we are drinking as a courtesy that we are drinking all those things, and drinking without thirst also under some prescription that X liter of water must be consumed. So that can be observed. And the last one is actually that same, the being obsessed about water. Somebody has told that if you have enough water, extra water, that will detox you. And we have inculcated a habit of enforcing ourselves with extra water without thirst. So the basic instinct is largely ignored in the path of obsession, be it so-called negative or positive, in both the ways. Right? Now, the food, and I think we have enough discussed about the food. So for food, the two aspects, primary two aspects, hunger and the unmodified taste. This is a general framework with which the organisms consume food. Now, this is the inquiring state. Do we inquire our basic instinct of hunger and consume the unmodified available taste? Now, what could be the conditioning? Eating without hunger, modifying the taste. This is one aspect. Unless we modify the taste, we will not be able to eat without hunger. And being obsessed about a particular food, which could be an apple, which could be fruit as a whole. Do we see our obsession under which we operate? If we can see, then there could be some changes that may happen. Meenu, you want to comment?
So what do we mean by obsession about like apple or mango? Like we think if we are thinking that only mango will satisfy me.
Yes, or heal me, the superfood concept.
Okay.
Basically, it's a hunger and the availability of that particular food. Yes, Anju ma'am.
वही तो मैंने पपाया स्मूदी का जो आपको बताया था, ज्यादा अच्छी लगने लग गई है, वही तो हुआ ही, ऑब्सेस्ड हो गई हूँ मैं उससे.
हाँ, इसको अगर दिख गया तो ऑब्सेशन रहेगी नहीं, अगर दिख गया. ये है actually the beauty of looking at it, the seeing the things as is, without interpreting, without intellectualizing. If we can just see it.
So it is not only just one fruit that we're talking about. We're talking about the entire fruit.
It could be a specific food. It could be the complete fruit. The obsession towards the fruit. Obsession towards the fruits. The fruit is very simple thing. It's not an exaggerated thing. We are all fruitarian. We are structured. We are designed to eat fruits. Why we are making big, like exaggerating this aspect of eating fruits? This also can be looked at. You know, are we feeling proud being fruitarian? Achieving some benchmark, achieving some landmark what it's called, milestones. What are we going to achieve with that? X days, X months. What are these? Can we question that? Can we question that genuinely? Let's rejoin for the last session of the day.